We spend our lives preparing for battles out there, competing with others for success, protecting ourselves from betrayal, arguing about politics, economics, or the chaos of the world. But what if I told you the most dangerous war you will ever fight is the one happening inside you right now? Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, gave us a chilling warning. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. And hidden in those words is the truth that your greatest enemy, the one capable of ruining your life, stealing your potential, and crushing your spirit, does not live outside. It lives within you. This enemy has no face, yet it whispers in your mind every day. It sabotages you at the worst moments. And unless you confront it, you will spend your life wondering why you never became who you were meant to be. Let's be honest. How many of your biggest struggles come from inside yourself? You want to take a risk, but you freeze telling yourself you're not ready. You want to break a toxic pattern, but something drags you back into it. You want to grow, but there's a part of you that sabotages progress, almost like it enjoys watching you fail. Think about the last time you avoided something important. You didn't fail because the world stopped you. You failed because you stopped yourself. The truth is, we all live with an inner enemy, a constant resistance, an inner critic, an invisible saboteur. And instead of learning how to fight this war, most people run from it. They numb themselves with distractions, blame others, or pretend the war doesn't exist. But Jung warned us, what we refuse to face in ourselves doesn't disappear. It grows stronger. It hides in the dark, waiting for the moment we're weakest. And when it finally shows itself, it can destroy everything we've built. So how do we face this enemy? How do we win the war inside? Jung believed the human psyche is not a battlefield of good versus evil, but of conscious versus unconscious. The conscious self, your identity, your goals, your values, is like the general of an army. But beneath it lies the unconscious, your fears, your suppressed desires, your wounds, and everything you've rejected about yourself. That's where the inner enemy lives. Jung called this rejected side of us the shadow. It is the sum total of all the parts of yourself you deny, repress, or fear. The shadow holds your anger, envy, shame, and impulses, but also your unused creativity, courage, and power. And here's the paradox. Defeating your inner enemy doesn't mean destroying the shadow. If you try, you lose. The shadow grows stronger the more you suppress it. The only path forward is to face it, integrate it, and transform it. Let's break down the 7 great battles of the inner war, the psychological traps where your enemy thrives, and the strategies Jung gives us to win. Number 1, the battle against fear. Fear is the enemy's first weapon. It keeps you frozen in place, convincing you that comfort is safety. But Jung saw fear as a map. He once wrote, "Where your fear is, there is your task." In other words, whatever you fear most often points to the exact place where growth lives. Afraid of speaking? That's where your voice is waiting. Afraid of failing? That's where your true success is hidden. Victory strategy. Instead of asking, "How do I get rid of fear?" ask, "What is this fear pointing to that I need to confront?" Fear is not an obstacle, it's a compass. Number 2, the battle against self-doubt. Nothing destroys potential faster than the whisper of, "You're not good enough." This is the inner enemy pretending to protect you. By doubting yourself, it tries to keep you safe from embarrassment, rejection, or failure. But in truth, it kills you before the world even gets a chance. Victory strategy. You can't outthink self-doubt. You outgrow it through action. Every small step you take proves the inner critic wrong. Doubt dies in the presence of evidence. Number 3, the battle against procrastination. We think procrastination is laziness. Jung saw it differently. He believed procrastination is avoidance, not of the task, but of the feelings attached to it. When you procrastinate, you're not avoiding work. You're avoiding the fear of failing, the discomfort of discipline, or the possibility of success that might change your identity. Victory strategy. Instead of asking, "How do I get motivated?" ask, "What emotion am I trying to avoid right now?" By confronting that emotion, procrastination loses its power. Number 4, the battle against anger and resentment. Anger is one of the shadow's strongest weapons. Repressed, it poisons your relationships and turns into resentment. But Jung didn't see anger as evil. He saw it as a messenger. When you feel anger, it usually means a boundary has been crossed or a deep need has been ignored. Victory strategy. Don't suppress anger, decode it. Ask, what truth is this anger pointing to? What boundary do I need to protect? Anger properly understood becomes power, not poison. Number 5, the battle against envy. Envy tricks you into believing life is a zero-sum game. You see someone else succeed, and instead of being inspired, you feel diminished. But Jung believed envy is a hidden guide. It reveals something you deeply want for yourself but haven't yet claimed. Victory strategy. Instead of letting envy eat at you, flip it into a signal. Ask, what does this envy reveal about what I truly desire? Envy is not about them. It's about the unlived life within you. Number 6, the battle against guilt and shame. Shame is perhaps the enemy's most paralyzing weapon. It tells you you are broken, you are unworthy. But Jung discovered that shame often guards the door to transformation. What you are ashamed of is often the very part of you that carries untapped power and authenticity. Victory strategy. Instead of drowning in shame, dialogue with it. Ask, what part of myself am I refusing to love right now? Bringing compassion to shame disarms it. Number 7, the battle against chaos. Sometimes the inner enemy attacks with pure chaos. Mood swings, conflicting desires, sudden urges, and destructive impulses. Jung explained this as the unconscious demanding attention. Chaos means the psyche is trying to rebalance itself. Victory strategy. Instead of fighting chaos, engage with it. Jung recommended journaling, dream analysis, and active imagination. These tools help you meet the unconscious halfway, turning chaos into creativity. Here is the paradox of the inner war. You don't win by killing the enemy, you win by transforming it. Fear transforms into courage when you face it. Doubt transforms into wisdom when you act despite it. Anger transforms into power when you interpret it. Envy transforms into direction when you follow its signal. Shame transforms into authenticity when you embrace it. Chaos transforms into creativity when you dialogue with it. This is what Jung called individuation, the process of becoming whole. Individuation is not about becoming perfect. It's about making peace with every part of yourself, even the ones you once hated. The inner enemy doesn't vanish, but it changes shape. It becomes your ally. Take a moment and ask yourself, what is the battle I am losing inside right now? Is it fear, doubt, shame, chaos? What would my life look like if I transformed that battle into strength? The outer world is chaotic enough, but Jung reminds us, the greatest danger is always internal. If you don't face the war within, you'll keep fighting endless battles outside, blaming society, enemies, and circumstances, when the real enemy was in your own shadow. But if you face the war within, you become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you finally stop betraying yourself. If this message resonated with you, don't let it fade away. Pause for just 5 minutes after this video and write down the part of yourself you've been avoiding. That's the battlefield where your war begins. And if you want more videos like this, where psychology meets philosophy and Jung meets your daily struggles, subscribe to Echoes of Thought, because the war inside you can be won, but only if you're brave enough to fight it.